Hammers are great. They can be used to both create and destroy. But what are the best hammers in video games?
Snipe and Wib's top 5 hammers in video games. Number 5.
The hammer from Donkey Kong is a useful little power-up. It lets you smash barrels and saves you all that tedious jumping. I mean, who has time for that? But it always bothered me how you couldn't use it to hit Donkey Kong with. That, and it looked more like you were ringing a bell than swinging a hammer. Eventually my prayers were answered when it was put into the Smash Bros. Series as a weapon, finally allowing me to get revenge on that barrel-tossing bastard.
Retribution aside, it's a pretty damn fun weapon. It's immensely powerful. Hell, it's almost like being a killer from a slasher movie, watching all of the other characters legging it to get the fuck away from you. To be honest, it'd probably be higher in the list if it didn't occasionally lose its head and leave you flailing around like an idiot. Looking like an idiot waving a pole around notwithstanding, it still gives you that beautiful feeling of being able to smack all of your favourite video game characters directly in their stupid fucking little faces. And if that isn't important, then I don't know what is. Number 4.
Bushido Blade is an interesting game. It eschews the normal fighting game thing where, provided you've got enough health, you can survive multiple sword blows to the face, and goes for a more realistic depiction of the amount of damage the human body can take. Well, realistic for video games anyway. This means the game lends itself to a more tactical and cautious style of play, since one wrong move can easily cause death and precise use of your blade is key. Or you could just take the sledgehammer and concuss any fucker dumb enough to get in your way. You know, whatever works.
Now the sledgehammer isn't included in this list because it's a heavy-hitting weapon or anything. Hell, all the weapons in Bushido Blade can instantly kill you. It's here because there's just something absolutely amazing about taking a sledgehammer into an honourable duel. Amazing. Yet utterly perplexing. I mean, these guys are all assassins. What the fuck kind of assassin uses a sledgehammer? Is this just like a thing we're not aware of? Forget the garrote, forget the hidden blade, the giant purple fucking hammer is where the real assassins are at. Number 3.
Where better to look for cool hammers than Warhammer 40,000? Yeah, I know we talk about 40k a lot, but the Thunder Hammer from Space Marine is genuinely cool. I mean, it's a Thunder Hammer in a video game. Huh?
Oh, just let us have this. Number 2. Mass Effect 3 was a great game, and yeah, sure, some people had issues, but we both really enjoyed the hell out of it and felt it capped off the trilogy very nicely. Even the multiplayer was good. It's one of those cooperative, wave, survival type things. It's actually pretty fun. There are tons of classes to play and unlock, all with their own unique playstyle. One of the first ones that we unlocked was the Krogan Warlord, and you might notice a little something on his back there. So, the question is, what do you get when you take a Krogan, a race notable for solving all of their problems with headbutting things, and give them a Warhammer? Well...
Now, as big and tough and awesome and sexy as Krogans are, they're only as good as their tools, and the hammer is a mighty one indeed. It does a massive amount of damage when it does those crazy overarm swings, and that can be further increased by upgrading the weapon to carry either an electrical or a biotic charge that detonates when something is hit with enough force, which, considering you're already being hit in the face with a hammer, is really just adding insult to injury. The hammer ends up making light work of enemies that you're normally just left whittling down with small arms fire, and you look fucking hardcore while doing it. What can I say? I've got a soft spot for hammers in a sci-fi setting. Speaking of which...
Number 1. It's hard to explain exactly why the Maul from Red Faction Armageddon is the best hammer in video games. You can certainly describe how it can be used to demolish pretty much every structure in the game, how the destruction of it is limited only really by your patience, but that's not the whole story. You have to use it yourself, to look at some tower or building that contains enemies and just go, no. That should not be. And systematically break it down brick by fucking brick with nothing more than the weapon you hold in your hands. It's a strangely therapeutic, almost spiritual experience.
Now when you get right down to it, it's not the most destructive thing in the game. Red Faction Armageddon is full of tools to inflict cruel and unusual destruction upon the scenery. I mean, it's a series based entirely around scenery destruction, but there's just something, I don't know, honest about them all. In this dystopian future with all this advanced technology, if some enemy, building, vehicle or walkway earns your ire, then you can inform it of your displeasure, like a gentleman, directly and with precision hammer blows. Have we really just spent 5 minutes talking about hammers? Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving us a like, or sharing it with your friends, because that genuinely does help us out. And if you think we've missed off any of your personal favourite hammers, then be sure to let us know in the comments. We actually are very interested.
So I sat up and I realized that every little lobster didn't have to die in the bubbling bath. Left to stew while the other little lobsters get a look out through. Wait a minute, don't they have claws? Powerful enough to rip a tiger apart. Well, shit, fuck that. I want none of it. We'll boil all the oceans. Well,
Okay, now it's time for our top 5 IRL favourite hammers. Yay!
Hey!
Look at that one, that's pretty cool.
This one's like a box of hammers.
Look at that one, that's like blue and shit.
The Thor wields this one, so this one's gotta be pretty good.
This is the Swiss Army hammer because fuck you, that's why. That's a favourite. It's a favourite hammer.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good hammer.
Best video ever.